Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose at jorose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the journey of the life path 2, the greatest lessons, challenges and opportunities for you and your soul to evolve with in this lifetime. To understand about the life path and the date of birth, please check out my link below or above, and it will explain to you, 1, how to calculate your life path number, and 2, more interestingly, what it's all about. The life path number is the external influence coming towards you, the external influence that you will be using to grow and evolve in this lifetime. It's not who you are, and often it's confused with the type of career that you're about to do or that you're meant to do. It's yes and no. It's not the skills you arrived with, that comes from your name, so you need to understand the energy from your name. It's the skills that you're going to develop, and yes, it can take you into job roles for you to do that. Okay, so let's talk about it. In these videos, I'm talking about what you need to develop and what you need to release. So the life path 2 is all about the peacemaker, the mediator. It's looking for harmony, cooperation, support. It wants a win-win. You know, war is not a win-win, and many transactions in the business world or even in relationships are often a win-lose. No, we need to chunk up, understand NLP, we need to chunk up and create a win-win. Now, a win-win is the solution to peace, and the solution to humanity and climate change and everything else that we need, borders and boundaries and race and religion, we all need to come together with a win-win. How can we do that? Well, you need to be the shining light. Number 2, life pathers. It's all about relationship and connection, but the biggest relationship that you need to work on is the one with yourself. Self-love, self-belief, self-awareness. If you can't do that, then you cannot truly understand another. A bit chilly out here, I think it's going to rain in a minute. You cannot truly understand another. So start by loving yourself. It's your life, L-Y-F-E. Love yourself first every day. It's the only way. When you do that, you can then step into somebody else's shoes and understand where they're coming from. You need to develop your listening skills, your understanding skills, because it's not always how you see it or how I see it. We have to understand how the other person sees it and where they're at. And you have the ability in this lifetime to really observe and connect with other people to help them work out who they are and where they're going. This particular life path, the wind is blowing everything. I'm worried it's going to blow my camera over. Where was I? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. So it's all about the relationship, the connection, the cooperation, harmony, peace, mediation. Understanding and listening, they're so important. You like to create calm spaces, a bit like this, without the wind blowing, this tranquil place that's in my garden. It's very 2 energy. 2 energies love the comfort, so it would be comfortable furniture, comfortable clothes. That keeps you not worrying about anything and everything else. The 2 is here to work on their intuition. Trust your intuition. Because you're a supporter, you don't act like a leader, but you are the leader in connection. You are the leader in sensitivity. You are the leader in relationships, support and harmony. So you are a leader, but you are a leader that's more like the support behind the throne. In the 1950s, the wife behind the husband. If you think about what she did then, she was dealing with the children, everything was neat and tidy. She was all made up when the husband came home. The dinner was there, the slippers were there, etc. And I think, God, that's not the way it is now, but that's how it was. And the husband would have business entertainment at home and she would prepare the meal. She was the supporter. She didn't work, the husband worked. She did everything in the background and made it all work, really. She was there for when the husband needed him, and needed her rather. So that's how it was in the 50s. We have moved on, but the energy hasn't. It's a very feminine energy, which is why I've used the wife-woman example in that. The 1 energy is very masculine, as is the 3, and they're either side of the 2. You really do need to find yourself a 1 and a 3 companion to help you become a little bit more assertive, a little bit more about you, about me, and help you understand independence as opposed to codependence. Let's say what we need to develop first. So we need to develop your intuition, your creativity, your understanding. Oh, and here, understand the difference between support and servitude. The 2 can very much become a martyr and a doormat because they've got this need to belong. They are the most relationship. They can become very needy. That's something you want to learn to release, but they can become very needy. They want to belong and they overgive. They literally have no boundaries. So I'm asking, if you are a 2 life path, you need to create boundaries. Not boundaries that keep people out, but boundaries that allow you to be comfortable in the relationships, allow you to receive the energy. Because again, the life path 2 needs to learn to say no. You constantly say yes because you want to belong, and this is creating a codependency. Codependency is not healthy, it's not valuable, it's not a win-win at all. So work on your honesty as well. Be honest about your own feelings. There's no point in being in a relationship. And I was talking to a client the other day who said that they kept giving to be in a relationship, but realised it was really hard work to be in that relationship. This is where a 2 can often end up, and this is what you've got to work on. So create your boundaries, look for a win-win, be open and honest about your feelings. There's some great books. Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. That's a great book to read on relationships, along with the 5 love languages. Again, that two really great books to work on with your relationships. The 2 energy is very diplomatic, and this is great if we're in politics or we're in big meetings. Diplomacy is great, but don't ever let it be at the cost of your own well-being. So let's look at what we need to release. You need to release the need for external validation. Remember I said it's about self-belief and self-love? Go back and validate yourself. When you say yes to something when you should have said no, and then you're drained and tired and worn out, and you've got too many things because you said too many yeses instead of no's, you become resentful, and that's not a good place to be. Then you come into a petty, childish behaviour, and that's not helpful either. So it's not wrong to say no. Give somebody else the chance. Only offer your support if it's there to serve you. Now, they often say the 2 is here really to serve everybody else. But look, let's just get logical. If you keep giving everything away, you've got nothing to energise or vibrate in yourself. The 2 can get involved in meddling, so wait to be asked if somebody wants some help. When you meddle, you often find that you don't get acknowledged, and then that's when the resentment starts. But if you didn't meddle, if you waited for somebody to say, hey, Joe or John, could you help me? Could you support me in this? Then you support them, and people are so grateful. There's so much gratitude for that, and you feel good because you've been validated. Remember this external validation, but you wouldn't need that if you checked in with yourself internally and validate, is this for me? The 2 can get very trapped with codependency, and what this does is, this codependency helps you lose your own identity. You become a part of your environment. You become whoever that you want that relationship with. You become everything that they are, so you're no longer a challenge or an interest to them, and then they leave you or they walk away. You need to be you. You need to stay true to you in the relationship. It's not about the other person, it's about the us. And I often say to people, you know, in a relationship, don't tell them I love you, tell them I love us. Now you're two pillars of strength. You're really strong moving forward together, and you're loving yourself at the same time as you are loving the other person. As I said, if you don't balance this, you become resentment. The two also is very much a perfectionist. You're great organisers, very much a perfectionist, and you might need to let go of some of this perfectionism. The controlling energy of anybody that's helpful for another is unhealthful and can cause illness with being rigid and controlling. So let go of perfection, let go of your fear of abandonment, love yourself and you won't feel abandoned. Drama, just beware of the drama you attract into your life, because you're attracting it in. You've got that energy, everybody wants it fixed, and it's like an instantaneous, you fixed it and then off they go. They don't need you anymore. You need to create a desire to be needed. As I said, you need to find a life path, not life path, it could be a life path 1 that's done a lot of their growth, or a life path 3 that's done a lot of their growth. But anybody with an expression number that is a 1 or a 3 are great for you, because they're the skills they've bought. So what would the life path 1 give you? It would give you the understanding that you are whole, unique and complete. It would help you become more assertive and decisive, because the 2 is not good at decision making. They can sit on the fence because they don't want to upset either way. And it will help you find some independence as opposed to codependency. The 3 energy will help you with expressing yourself. Do you remember I said being honest is so important for you? Also, 1 and 3 are very good with the creative side, and the 2 is creative. They're all creative in a different way, but if we could just check in with the right side of our brain and become more creative, we would become more coaches, more solution solvers, and more vibrant. And it will help you communicate. Remember I said the 2 are good listeners, they're great understanding, but you need to communicate, you need to speak up if things aren't working for you. So do connect with those that have that strong energy, that 1 and the 3. Boundaries, let me just think of this. You need, I think I said this, you need to create boundaries, you need to say no, and sometimes you need to say yes. So step out of your comfort zone. The 2 very much likes a comfort zone, which is why it sits on the fence. It doesn't want to disrupt anything. But you know what? Anytime you hit a 5 energy, there's going to be a disruption. So just get yourself tuned in with how to be open, honest, and express who you are. You are here for peace. You are needed. When I think of Miss World, I think of the 2 energy. When I think of love, I think of the 2 energy. It's very much the relationship number. If you have a 2, or if you are a 2, you are a gift sent from the heavens, from the angels, because you are all about the energy that they bring. I wish you an amazing life. I hope you've got a lot from this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe and press that bell. Check out your partner's and your family's life path number so you can understand where they are. Perhaps in your case, the 2, that you've got a 1 or a 3 around, they will conflict. But if you can learn to understand and work through this life path, you will work really well with them and they will help you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Actually, just before I go, I want to mention the 11-2 life path. I will create an extra piece for the 11-2 because there are some different energies that the 11-2 have as opposed to the 2. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll now see you in my next video.